if I need it. Now, hopefully I won't need a drip tray on these because I don't want to waste 1 little inch of the cheese. Now I'm going to take my air fryer basket. And this is where this is so great. You are getting two. I could do grilled cheese and mozzarella sticks at the same time. Or I could have used this for lunch. Okay, let me rephrase. My teenager could have used this for lunch, and the odds of my teenager washing anything are nil and none. So that when I come back and want to use the oven for my afternoon cookies, then I can just use a different pan. So Cuisinart must live in the house with my teenagers because getting two of anything is a massive bonus. So then I'm going to take this air fryer basket and I'm going to slide it in so that I can go ahead and get my air fry going on my mozzarella sticks. Again, the same easy factors happen time and time again. I'm going to choose my temperature. Now, because I'm doing something that's breaded, I'm going to put my temperature about 350. I'm going to choose air fry as my function. This fourth dial is solely for toasting. So when I choose toast, then I come over here and I choose my darkness. When I'm doing it in the air fry mode, I just need temperature and time. Turn my time down just a little bit. It can usually be done in about 10 minutes. By the way, I love the lights. Being able to see through, just honestly quite satisfying. And in terms of air frying, sometimes when you're doing things like cheese, you want it to get bubbly and hot so you get a good cheese pull. But if you go like a minute too long, they go poof and all the cheese runs out. And that makes me so sad when that happens because it's kind of the best part of a cheese stick. So I really appreciate being able to look at this and see exactly what is going on inside. So just
Stephanie,
another great function, Shannon.
What you're seeing is what Guy Yovan is seeing in his kitchen. This is what Guy is so doggone funny. This is what Guy is making in his Cuisinart as we speak. That is from Guy Yovan's kitchen. I mean, that's like a live shot. He just sent that to us right now. That is hilarious. And remember, no oil, no grease, nothing. So when Guy called us earlier, he said, I'm making onion rings. So here's what's so cool about that, which everything's cool about that. This is maybe my favorite TV movie moment ever. First of all, I love Guy, but he worked professionally in the restaurant industry, and he said, again, I'm a single dad. So I'm just telling you, for dads, moms and dads, grads alike, if you're sending a kid off to college, you need to do this. Guy even said his son, Danny's now in college, but I've known Guy young enough where Danny was like this, and now he's like this. But at any age, they are making their own meals. We made onion rings in this, and I have to tell you, onion rings are one of my favorites, but now I don't have allergy sensitivities, but I don't like things that are cooked in old oil, and I only like an onion ring or French fry or a chicken wing when it's crispy. This is cooking faster, and because it is air frying, it can help reduce up to 75% of the fat. Now think about that. That means you can have more French fries. That means you can have another onion ring. So what Stephanie was showing you in her kitchen is really, really true. It's like, I'll have what he's having, meaning I'll have what Guy Yovan's having, I'll have what she's having, have another onion ring. Because you're saving up to 75% on your calories because you're not cooking in oil. And then the other thing is I would defy you to tell me that those were not deep fried in oil. So Jared, since it is the top of the hour, what I'd love to do is just kind of reestablish how few of these we have. Just in case you are channel surfing, we now have the final, well, a little more than 800. And of course, that does not take into account the hundreds of people who are in the various forms of ordering. If you go to hsn.com, you will see that this offer is done at the stroke of midnight. So for all intents and purposes, this is a this day only. And speaking of a this day only, I might even, if I ask my producer nicely, be able to show you the final quantities on that Anchor Hocking in case you missed it, because I'd love to make this kind of a highlight reel of our best items that we had over the last 3 hours. This is certainly on that highlight reel, and it is for the next 800 reservations or the next 800 people who call. If you are channel surfing, it is Cuisinart, you know that name. This is the lowest price that you're gonna find anywhere. If it was only an air fryer, I'd tell you to do it, but you get 2 of the air fryer baskets. You also get that drip tray / baking tray that Stephanie was showing off, because yeah, you can use that as a baking tray as well, and then of course your rack. And then it's the perfectly proportioned size, about 14 inches in the height, so it is absolutely countertop height. So 14 inches in height by 15.5 inches by 16 inches in the width. And you can even see it in Guy Yovan's kitchen. He is so funny. In fact, it looks like there's a counter right above there. So you still got a little bit of clearance. That's in Guy's kitchen right now. He is making those onion rings. Guy, thank you again. I already loved you, but now I owe you big time. He's so adorable. But remember, it is on sale for this hour. You're gonna love how fast it cooks. You're gonna love how even it cooks. You're gonna love how crispy things get. You're gonna love that you're gonna reduce up to 75% of the oil. You love the fact that it's easy. You turn a little dial. I love the fact that it's saving you on energy and heating costs because you're not heating up your whole kitchen to get a meal done better and faster. And Guy was talking about not only those shortages that are happening across America, he's trying to get a new stove and oven for his home. You know, he's on a wait list. It's like a 3 to 4 week window. So he's still waiting. And you know what? He's kind of like, I almost don't miss it. I really don't miss it because he and his son use this twice a day. You know, and how often are you using that oven in the summer months anyway? It's like, oh, it's so hot. I'm not turning on the oven. Oh, it's so hot. I'm not heating up the oven. I'm not turning on that stovetop. I'm telling you, you will use this. You will love it. You've got to try it. We're going to honor this price and the free shipping for this hour. And it's on that flex pay as well. Stephanie, thanks for letting me do that little update. I didn't want it to sell out without people having the chance to grab it. But we're really kind of scratching the surface because I think people don't realize how much they'll love an air fryer / convection oven until they get it at home, right?
100%. Again, I can't say enough. This, what appears to be a little guy, but it's not. It holds 3 liters of food, 5-pound chickens, does more than my in-home regular oven. So for me, this is an upgrade, right? I'm able to get things that I would not have gotten otherwise. I do want to shout out, it comes with both an instruction manual, but more valuable, 42 recipes in this book. So my mom always gets new things and says, but I don't know what to do with them. Yes, you do. Cuisinart is giving you 42 great recipes. And by the way, if perchance you aren't familiar with air frying or you haven't gotten into air frying yet, it is literally the easiest thing to find on the internet for recipes. The other day I wanted to cook pork tenderloin had been on sale. I threw into the search engine pork tenderloin recipe air fryer, and out came this massive list of things I could do right here on my countertop. So you'll never be at loss for how to use it. Okay, so 10 minutes ago, we put in raw steak, vegetables. I put this on a convective bake function, which means it gets a good hot top, sears that meat. It means that the air was circulating. So I was getting awesome, even cooking. And now in 10 minutes, without sauteing, without standing at the stove, without spraying the oil it would have taken to cook fajitas all over my stovetop, I have dinner done. This is probably what I call a sheet pan dinner, but fajitas in the air fryer are one of my absolute favorite things to do. You can do it in the basket and then catch the drippings on the bottom, or you can do it in the baking pan and just have an awesome meal. And again, same exact function. Now I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna need a baking pan for this. So I'm gonna use that same baking pan. I'm gonna put my air fry basket on top of it, and I'm gonna put it back in and do some appetizers. So that's why when we say you're gonna use this over and over and over, I can bake a pie, I can make my appetizers, I can make French fries for the kids, I could make homemade tortilla chips to go with my fajitas. So in this case, I'm going back to air fry. Let me think about that. Spanakopita is a little delicate, so I'll go about 350 degrees. I don't want it to brown too much. And then I'm gonna go about 10 minutes in terms of the air fry. So timing wise, this cooks quicker than any other oven that I have in my kitchen because it's a smaller footprint. The 3 liters inside circulate, and I'm able to get food done more quickly than I am in my big oven. Check out these cheese sticks. Oh my gosh, I want to get you a cheese pull. All right, my husband is right on in here with the camera. These are hot as can be, but look at how beautiful that is. Look at how even that is. And woo, that's all the fingers can handle. But
Stephanie,
I just love Yes.
I just have to give another quantity update. My apologies, because we've only got about 5 minutes or sellout in this airing. We now have fewer than 800. And of course, that does not take into account the hundreds and hundreds of people that we have in the various forms of ordering. I hope you do it. You need to do it. You gotta try it. I mean, in all seriousness, that ooey gooey cheese, you can see that beautiful crispy kind of crust on the cheese sticks in Stephanie's kitchen. Whether it's the onion rings that I defy anyone to tell me that these were not deep fried in oil, or check out these chicken wings. Again, I like things what they used to call double fried when you go to a restaurant, because I like that really, really crispy crust. I'm telling you, I don't deep fry anything anymore. I only do air frying. So if air frying is the only thing that this did, it would pay for itself. But we are 700 and 700 only. This price and the free shipping does end at midnight. This offer is done after my show. So I know you're gonna see Bobby with a brand new today's special. Her guests I've actually gone to Italy with, if that gives you a little hint of what's coming up at midnight. But so you gotta stay tuned for that. But this almost reads like a today's special, because this is not an inexpensive item to ship. Stephanie, I know we've only got 5 minutes or sellout, so can you describe what else you got going on in your kitchen there?
We are furiously cooking food, and I could not be happier. It's so fun to really see all the different things a 7-in-1 oven and air fryer can do. So I pulled out chicken wings earlier. I just pulled out cheese sticks, which I am diving into as soon as we are done chatting. You can always do grilled cheese in an air fryer, because it will do both sides of the bread toasted with the ooey gooey cheese in the middle. But I'll be honest, right now I'm getting that late night sweet tooth. I kind of have an issue with that. I know my husband will be very glad if I bake some cookies. But do I want to heat up this big oven to just bake a dozen cookies? Of course I don't. And again, the same thing that I probably fell in love with originally for my cheese sticks and my crispy wings, I am now using to bake cookies, to bake bread, to make the cinnamon rolls for the kids in the morning. I do want you to see how well this fits under my counter. I can easily slide that back out of the way. I've got lots of space on the top. It looks absolutely beautiful. And here I go once again to set. I'm going to bake at 350 for 10 minutes, and then I'm going to have a treat of dessert, which again, is not something I want to heat a full oven up for, but I like the fact that I can use this same one appliance for all these different functions. Think about the holidays. Are you having people over to celebrate the 4th, and everybody's going to bring casseroles and you'll need to keep them warm? Pop one in here. You can have something else going on in the oven. You can use this for the extras. This has been invaluable to me for hosting any family holidays. Everybody always brings an appetizer or something that needs, they'll say, oh, can we just pop this in your oven for 5 minutes? Well, sure, but when 5 people want to do that, it becomes a problem, because I'm roasting the turkey or the pork or whatever it is. So it's invaluable when you need an extra oven. On the daily basis, when I want to make snacks and foods for my kids, or when I'm making a full meal. I know it's a countertop oven, but do not underestimate capacity. A 5-pound chicken, a 12-inch pizza, an 8-inch pie will all go right on in here. I pulled out an 8-inch casserole dish full of lasagna, and this, oh, this is special.
Oh, wow.
This is a low country boil made right here on my countertop. Look at that, Shannon. Look at the crispy seasonings on the corn, the shrimp. I'll admit, we did steam it in a little bit of beer. The sausage, you got to see this sausage. Look at that crispy, crunchy sausage. Look at that, girl. That is
Isn't that
amazing.
Awesome? But can you imagine?
I love it.
All right, so here's the thing. It is a set it and forget it machine. And whether you're obsessed with TikTok, I've been doing a lot of TikTok videos. And if you can find and like me on Facebook, I'm Shannon Smith on HSN, Shannon Smith HSN Instagram. I'm Shannon Smith TV3 on TikTok, but I'm actually trying to do several recipes and videos a week. But I can tell you for a fact, when you see something trending on TikTok, it's a big deal. You're looking at a big trend. And not just that, it's not sheet pan dinners have been kind of a big thing on Pinterest and elsewhere for a while, but now you're doing sheet pan dinners, and that without turning on the oven, babysitting a stovetop, waiting for a pot to boil or overboil. Because this is convection cooking, even if you're baking cookies in this, because you will bake, you will broil, you will roast, you will toast, you will keep warm, and you will air fry for the lowest price in America for this hour and this hour only. But because it's convection cooking, not only with that air frying will it take up, you know, about 75% or up to 75% less fat, but you're also not rotating the pan. If you are doing things like cookies or breads or pies or pastries or rolls, and that's even things that you get from the freezer section, the cinnamon rolls, or the little poppin' fresh things, you put them in here, you don't have to rotate that pan in order to get that great uniform baking. Are you doing donuts? Do donuts without any oil. I'm serious, air fry them. Buy a little bit of those biscuits, you know, poke a little hole in there, and I've done this 1,000 times, and then just put like a little glaze. I actually melt a little frosting in my microwave and then just glaze it right over there. I mean, it couldn't be easier. But the whole idea is, it is easy. It is faster. It is no oil. It is no fat. It is no grease. And you know what? It is sellout quantity. So now it's official. We have a little over 600 of these remaining. With hundreds of you in the various forms of ordering, do not let this pass you by. And when I keep saying I'll have what he's having, Guy Yovan, thank you again for calling in. And then also sharing, he's doing onion rings in it as he and his sweet boy, as well, a sweet man, because Danny's all grown up now. You know, they're watching sports and they're making onion rings. But Stephanie, I guess now you'll be able to feed, are all your boys home? Who's gonna get the leftovers? Hubby, the boys, what's going on?
Hubby's definitely going to get the food because he's been doing hard camera work tonight. But yes, I've got the 3 boys here tonight as well. Look inside the spanakopita. My oven doesn't do this. That big fancy wall oven does not get crispy crunchy like that when I bake, and does not produce that even ooey gooey cheese inside. I couldn't be more happy with the even cooking. This does a better job at many of these crispy type, more delicate foods than my full-sized oven. So I absolutely love the versatility. Remember, this is the same oven that just did a 5-pound chicken, that baked a pie, that made fajitas, that did lasagna. All of this food we've made together during this airing. And of course, just in case you were worried you don't get enough food, because I got to tell you, Shannon, with all the boys in my house, it's pretty much what they say. Will there be enough? I challenge you. Is that enough? That is a 3-pound seafood boil. And yes, and you know what I say when it's on TikTok, like those sheet pan dinners? That means the young kids are going to think you're cool when you cook it for them too. Because, you know, if it's on TikTok, it's all the rage. I expect to see this on TikTok. Wait till you see double grilled cheese sandwiches. Don't have to flip. As you say, I'm going to set it and I'm going to go about my evening, and this Cuisinart oven's going to do all the work for me.
There you go. Set it and forget it, and you'll be cool, and so will your kitchen, because you're not heating everything up. Stephanie, I love you so much. Thank you for your help. Awesome job as always. Thank you, Stephanie. Hey, don't hang up. We've got some origami. Chef Shahir is going to be back for his last item, for at least